Ian, aside from answering the same questions over and over and over again, how's your day going so far?
It's going really well, and I love this process. And by the way, you must be having a nice day. What a nice space you have. It looks like a great house.
Well, thank you. The plant just fell over 30 seconds ago, but I mean, what can you do? But
It
anyway,
looks it looks healthy otherwise.
I'll tell the wife that. So, From is an acclaimed great series. When you first auditioned for it, did you know that you were going for the particular role that you have now, or is it an accidental casting of sorts?
I knew I was going for this role. I knew.
And then how much of the role is there in you, the human being? Because you've managed to keep up a mystique over the years in terms of separating your craft from the human being.
Oh, huh. I didn't know that. I didn't know I had achieved that. Thank you. Um, I think it's a lot of me. Because it's definitely not a character piece. And I knew that being a series, the best thing to do would be to find all the ways in which Jim is more like me than not. And there are some distinct differences, but the things that I could hook into are husband, family man, father of children, the feeling of being trapped in a place that you cannot get out of was very appropriate in the last couple of years. And the um, uh, predators that feed on human grief and misery and take advantage of
Mhm.
people's situations, that felt like, okay, I can extrapolate that from life all around. So there's plenty of the circumstances all could line up, and ultimately there's a lot of myself and Jim, but he's an engineer and I'm not an engineer. He's
Right.
logic and reason first, and I'm more emotionally driven first. Luckily, I found this line of work. Um, so yeah, there's a lot of me in it.
Well, sometimes when you go through an actor's resume, in your case, you're a coach, you're a senator, you've done a lot of different things. Your role in Almost Famous has nothing to do with your role in From, same with your role in Emily in Paris. So we've seen you in a lot of great productions over the years. And I know that you've also directed a short. Should we be expecting more directing and or producing work from you in the future?
Yes, directing is definitely, I enjoyed that process so much, and and then I came to find out I love working with actors too. So I used to always, when I got really into cinema in high school, and I knew every director's name. That's how I knew movies, who
Mhm.
directed it. It wasn't actors first. It was always, oh, Ingmar Bergman directed that. Scorsese and Brian De Palma, and I knew these people first, and then the actors second. So I don't know. It's always been in the back of my mind that my respect for directors. I'm married to a director. I've got a lot of respect for directors, and yeah, yes, I'll say
Uh,
it now. It's gonna happen more.
I believe it. I believe it. I'll keep checking the IMDb. And the last question I have before I let you go, when you're in a meaty role like this, like Jim Matthews, do you like to get the scripts episodes in advance, or do you really just take it episode by episode, page by page?
Yes, episode by episode, page by page, stay in the moment. Gosh, who's that writer who wrote that book, The Now, in the Now? Do you remember that book? It was like a hot thing for a minute. Being in the now is the practice with this show, because you can't be in the future and there's no point in being in the past, and they're not going to tell you what's coming down the pike anyways. So I just take it as it comes, and when the next script comes, oh, okay, that's interesting, I can get into that. All right. And then
Well,
do that one scene at a time is
the
how.
work shows, Ian. So thank you for your time and really hope we get a season three out of From.
Okay, get that plant back up straight. Okay, nice to talk to you. What's your affiliation called again?
The Paltrocast with Darren Paltrowitz.
Okay, right on, Darren.
Clever name, I know. Thanks, Ian.
Paltrocast.